trust is. I
They
mean,
don't.
you and I know, Kendra, but how many know that and how they work
don't.
and how they function?
And,
how you
like you said, we have to go to there. So I have like a team of millenniums, probably about 40 different millenniums, because they learn differently. They like when I come and sit down, they may look at me as that old lady. Oh, I don't want to hear about that. But they come in a whole different. They coming in with music. They coming in and educating. They're having fun. They're bringing in more millenniums. Now they know this. I mean, just look at Twitter. Who is talking on Twitter and finances? It's the young crowds are telling you about trust and living trust and how to roll your business and all your assets up under trust, because we got to make sure that we're educating them so they can educate themselves, because they don't want to see me. They don't want the 20-year-olds. They are making money. We got in this business, we have 26 years old making over $1 million.
Millionaires
half
now.
a million.
Working
And
on
so
the
now
millionaires.
they're
Yes.
reaching out to their own group and saying, let me show you how to make millions. Let me show you where to put your money. So now we have a millennial group of agents that's financial brokers, and and they're having fun with it. They're not like the old school moms and pops walking around with the big briefcase. They're pulling up in Lamborghinis. They're pulling up in Bentleys and stuff like that. So they're selling the dream to the other millenniums, right? And Generation X and all of those. And now they're to do that. Let's show you. So they're having their own workshops, and they're bringing in a lot of 18-year-olds and 20-something, 30-year-olds, saying, this is how we do it. Basically from the song, this is how we do it, right? So, and it's making it fun for them. And so it's a whole different generation. And we got to learn how to
millenniums beget millenniums.
They do.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. They do things different from us. We are considered boring to them, right?
Yeah.
So now they have and I let them do what they want to do. I'll be like, oh Lord, but guess what? They're bringing in so many to be able to educate. And now they're all on Twitter and Facebook and all these new platforms out there. They're talking about how to build wealth, how to do your trust and make sure your business is rolled up under, make sure your land and your properties, because now when you leave it for generations, they're not paying capital gain taxes on that. They're educating big time.
So folks can't take it from the generation. Yes.
But they don't own Lamborghinis. They know better.
No, they're buying them out.
Yes. All right, Nando.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Let's hear you. Nobody escapes from this question.
No, what I want to say is what I do when I talk to young people, I talk about transforming from being an artist to being an entrepreneur. You own and made a brand. My company is called Legacy One International because I do international business. So the artwork is, I retired from that. That's what I used to do. Now I own a cognac company over in France. I own different business. I own a cigar company and stuff like that. And what I do, I teach young people how on the money side, when you're dealing with international, you got to learn the different money aspects of the different countries you're going to. Like when I go to France, it's the euro rate. The dollar is different from the euro rate. You got to understand that. And when you're doing the cognac deal, you got to understand different contracts. You got to have a translator that can understand what you're saying and convert to the people that you're dealing business with over in France. And Dr. Lee, we just talked about the multi-million-dollar contract I just got in France. It's one of the biggest contracts ever been done. It's because I stayed true to it. Now we're talking about transforming wealth and doing things, but when the pandemic hit, Dr. Lee, I lost everything. I mean, everything.
Not only you, a lot of us did.
A lot of people did. But what I didn't do, I took that time. I took those right at 3 years and said, look, I didn't take no PP loan. I didn't want to do all that mess. I said, God got my back. I know what I need to do. And what I did, I took that time and said, okay, let me regroup. All that cognac I had coming from France was stuck out there in the water. You couldn't do nothing with it. A lot of it got damaged.
I remember.
They weren't bringing no liquor into the United States. They wasn't bringing no goods in. I lost all of that stuff. So I said, what can I do to flip it? From being where I'm from in Louisiana and being when I was younger, is you got to understand how to flip money. And so what I did, I said, okay, I have a cognac, right? I got like maybe 10, 20 cases here at my home. I said, let me figure out how I can take that cognac and flip it into a brand that's made in the United States. So now I own the very first ever cognac steak season. The steak season is converted from the cognac. Then I came out with right in Georgia. We get ready to do a documentary. Dr. Lee, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I have a cognac glaze, never been done. You probably went to the grocery store and saw bourbon glazing. You probably saw different things. I took the cognac and flipped it into a cognac glaze for cooking. So what I did, I took those years and wrote 2 books. Now I own a magazine over in the Philippines. So you got to learn how to bounce back. You got to say, okay,
Yes,
I'm not gonna
pivot,
take this
pivot.
laying down.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna take it laying down. So when I talk to these kids, they understand what I'm saying. Number one, I'm reaching them because everybody knows about liquor. Everybody knows about cognac.
They
But it's
understand
not
that.
about- It's not about the cognac. It's how to make the cognac, how to develop your brand, how to get your labels done, how to get your FDA approval, how to get your contract with a distribution company in Philadelphia. I teach them different steps. And what I do, I show them how to say, okay, if you're going to come out with let's say a soda, like a Coke or something like that, I teach them how to design a label. So I get on the computer, I show them an art program and say, we're going to design this label. Now it's going to be your label. Now I'm going to teach you how to get an LLC in your state, because you got to get an LLC first. You take the LLC, then you take that LLC and go to your bank. You open up your banking account with the LLC. Then you have your Dun and Bradstreet number. Then you have your own ID number. When you first get a business, you can use your social security number to get your stuff done, true enough. But then you got to have that your own identification number that the government would give you for your business to put in the banking account. So now you got that separate. I teach them how to do that. I teach them how to take, okay, if you make $100, you ain't made $100. You got to take 10% of that and put that back for your tax, especially if you own your own business. What you make, it's not really what you make. You got to take that and say, okay, you made $100, 75 of that dollars going back into the business. So after you pay your taxes, pay your business back, you might make $20 or whatever. You got to look at it like that. In other words, when you make $1, it's not your dollar. You can't spend it quick as you make it. You got to save that money back. And I teach them about saving. And I teach them about, running a business. And I use my cognac business to teach them how it goes. It's come from a grape first. Cognac is made from a grape, and then it's a wine, and then it got to be distilled. Then it's just a whole process. They like that. Now I got their attention.
Because you just broke it down so that in bits so that they can chew it and taste it.
You got to get
feel
their
it,
attention.
understand it. Yeah.
When you get those kids, not only just kids, college kids or whatever, you got a short window to get their attention. If you don't get it, it's a wrap. I don't care what you're talking about. It's over with. Their attention span is so short. But if you get them where they understand it and talk their language and get them and walk their walk and talk the talk, then you got them. Then you educate them. Then you have them to write down what they heard in the seminar and then come back with it. So that's what I'm about, building wealth. You got to start with the kids, but they ain't gonna understand it if you're not preaching it to them right. That's why I call my company Legacy One International. My son named it Giorgio Valente Moser the First. It's a one. So everything I got goes to him. If I die tomorrow, he got everything. Even the contract in France is in his name. I got everything goes to him side by side of my name.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a legacy wealth building. And right. I want us to get there. Do the legacy wealth building. And I know Jamie Lynn's mom does the same thing with her. I mean, she has Jamie Lynn with her every step of the way, whatever she's doing, and she started pushing Jamie Lynn all the way up to the top. Jamie Lynn, she's my mentor. I have to get her over to Dubai with me. So yeah, it's all about creating that legacy for the young folks. Nando, I know you got to say. Jamie, did you have something you want to say?
No, I disagree. I agree with everything that y'all are saying. Everything. I agree. And being one that's always eager to learn, education is definitely key. It is. And being able to see people, come before you and do it, and they can just, throw all that knowledge down upon you is really a blessing. It is.
All
And it makes you
right, all
want to go
right.
further. It makes you want to go further,
Yes,
and learn
and it's
everything that you
good to
can.
have that parent there.
Mhm.
Making sure you're walking right beside that young lady or man, while you still have the time, and teaching them all that you know. Nando, what it is that you know that you haven't shared with us?
Well, I'm fortunate to sit on the board of directors for the Women of Wealth magazine, but
Yes, you
also
are.
I'm the vice president and director of international affairs for Purpose Path out of Bahamas. We do a couple of seminars each year. We bring a whole bunch of speakers in to talk to high school and college kids and educate them on different things that are out there besides what they're being taught at school. So yeah, I agree that you have to get the kids when they're young and educate them on how to build their legacy, rather than wait till they become stubborn and so much on track that they don't listen to anyone else.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
You know, Dr. Lee, I thought about something we talked about a few weeks ago. I think it was you that mentioned this. In order for people to want to educate themselves, they have to believe that they're worth it. They have to believe that they are worthwhile. And I really do believe that a lot of the reasons why people don't even think about legacy, financial inheritances, first of all, they don't know how to talk to an investor. They don't know how to talk to someone in that world. They don't, like my mother died. And before she died, I said, Mom, where are all your investments? And she told me. And I said, do you know what you're paying? Because one of the investors kept changing the plans that she was in. And I knew exactly what was happening. A certain period of time would go by, he'd reinvest so that he could make an early commission. And I said, Mom, have you ever asked him what the commissions are when he reinvests? She goes, oh, no, I would never ask that. And I said, well, would you like me to ask for you? And it was 3.5%. When I put it with a trust, it was 1.5%. She said, I had no idea. It didn't make sense to me why he was reinvesting every certain amount of years. It was always the same time. She took meticulous notes. But my mother didn't feel that she was worthwhile enough to ask those kind of bold questions. And so she accepted whatever came her way. And I do really think that, especially women, we have a hard time even fathoming that we could have legacy wealth. So why would I want to talk to someone when, first of all, I'm not sure how they're paid, so I can't trust them, right? We don't want to hand over our money because we don't understand how they make their money. And you have to believe that you're worth the conversation. Otherwise, we're not going to have it.
Exactly. I agree. Okay,
You mentioned that
Dr.
a while back.
Leathers. Dr. Leathers, you have anything? Mr. Branner to contribute? Okay. If not,
And I just want to say to Leah, that was awesome because there's different types of companies and a lot of people take advantage of situations like that. And so I do believe people should ask, like the companies that I work for, like when I do things for my clients don't pay me. The company pays me. And my fees are not anywhere on their policies or it's not a reoccurring fee on their policy where the clients pays me. No, the company pays us because the company is going to make money, the client is going to make money, but we truly work for the client, but the company pays our fees. And I love that because a lot of times the clients don't realize that there are financial advisors and they may not truly work for you and put you in the best product that's going to be for you and for you and your family. A lot of times they doing what's best for their pockets, and that's not right.
no, that's not right. All right, another edition of Dr. Leathers. Okay.
I couldn't get off the mute button. How are you all doing tonight?
We're
Awesome.
doing very well.
Well, I've enjoyed what I've heard thus far, and I definitely agree with everything I've heard, especially the part about the retirement, because I'm kind of in between that right now. And looking at what I have is like, I can't retire just yet.
No,
But
exactly.
yeah, but to go back, education is the key. And people will need to have the heart and the desire to want to learn and to want to do. And as my pastor always said, you can't live above your level of learning. So if you don't, you can't do better. But once you know better, you should be able to do better. And so, you know, everything you all have talked about tonight it's very instrumental in how we go about life, how we play the game of life. And we don't know when things are going to happen that would change your life overnight. I had an instance where my husband passed almost 3 years ago, and we were married 36 years. And I still don't have a clue as to how to manage life without him. And so I'm learning as I go, and I thank God for everything that he has, you know, brought to me to be able to manage life in a way that I won't just, you know, fall apart or have nothing to continue to live the lifestyle that I was living prior to my husband. So yes, we as women, we definitely need to take a look at our situation, especially if you're married, and if something happens to your spouse, what are you going to do to move on in life?
That's a very good point. And
Very good point. That's some smart words, that's for sure.
yeah. Women, you know, they just live up under their husband lots of times, like you said, 20, 30 some years. They really don't know what to do, how to do it. And, you know, I've been one of those women that just don't know how to act when you're married. So I decided to leave it alone. Because I do my own thing, and that's not good when you're married. In fact, you can't.
No.
No, it's we, it's not me. I said, okay, let me give this up because I understand that it's about we and not me. And
Right.
I'm a self-made woman. I just run right out there, you know, doing my own thing, and that doesn't work and did not work. And one of the things I looked at in making that kind of decision is that women really, once they get all tucked up under the husband and he does everything and this, that, and that, they really forget how to be, I guess, independent. And
Right.
if
Right.
the husband goes home before them, it can, you know, provide a difficult situation, a challenging situation
Yes.
for them because they did not visit a Kendra before, you know, the husband went on. And so I just decided just to keep running. Wasn't good, but all right. So we're well over our time. If no one has anything else to say, we're going to leave the room, the round table for tonight. And remember, we come back, please come back every Thursday at 7 p.m. And if you know someone that needs to come and talk about things that wealthy influencers will talk about, because the bottom line is we must learn how to elevate the masses. That's what we're all about, elevating the masses. And one of the ways that we do this is through our Wealth Elevation Academy. That's what this network has springboard from, the Wealth Elevation Academy. And you can .com, so go to our website, and we have some awesome courses, and they're only like $197 a month, and I think they work very well. Some people want to know how to build a magazine. Go to wealthelevation.com. Some people want to know how to become an executive coach. Go to wealthelevationacademy.com. Somebody wants to know all about that financial stuff that Kendra was talking about. And that's good stuff. It is good stuff. Just a lot of it, but it's good stuff. And it's right there, wealthelevationacademy.com. And the best communicator is that Lael Caldwell. Man, she can really give it to you, help you to put those sentences together and all of that good stuff. All of these courses, only $197 a month. You really, really have to get over there. Okay, anyone else? Nando, tell them Dr. Lee Lewis said to let you out of Canada. And
Let
I
me
mean
free.
that. All right, guys, love you. See you next time.
You too.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.